Hello, my name is Jairo Siegers, with Chellshe Love as my teammate. So I will be presenting the Ubuntu operating system, and Chellshe will be presenting the Fedora operating system. So firstly, we should know that Ubuntu is one of the main Linux distros and is developed by Canonical. It is one of the most popular distros thanks to its easy to use. So for the installation process of Ubuntu, we first must have Virtual Machine Box installed and Ubuntu ISO downloaded, which you can find on ubuntu.com. So what you want to do now is click on New, and let's open our ISO image, open Other, and here's our Ubuntu ISO. Right, let's name it Ubuntu 2023. Next. All right, next. So for this part, I'll put it on 4096, and 2 CPUs is fine. And next, for the virtual hard disk, I will be putting around 50. All right, it's fine. Next, and finish. All right, for the next part, we should be opening the settings over here. So what you want to do is check system and processor. All right, it's in 2. Let's open display and max out the video memory and enable 3D acceleration. And after that, let's go to storage and then click on the choose a disk file, and here it is. Okay, so now we can start and boot up our Ubuntu operating system. All right, we're here. So let's try or install Ubuntu. Enter. We're going to install Ubuntu over here. And then let's test our keyboard. All right, it's working. Continue. And then let's go with the normal installation and install third-party software for graphics. Continue. All right, so for the installation type, let's go with erase disk and install Ubuntu. Install now. Continue. So where I am right now is in Jakarta. This is for the time zone. Continue. All right, so I'll put all this down and then skip to the part where it is installed. Right now it is installing, and it will take probably 5 minutes to 10. So I'll see you guys when it's installed. All right, now it is installed in our virtual machine. Let's look around the UI UX and demonstrate what we can do here in Ubuntu. So in the top left, we have activities, and it has a search bar to find programs, files, and folders. So for example, LibreOffice, and then you can just press enter and click on it to open it. And on the right side, top right, we can see the system indicator that is used to adjust system volume, network, settings, lock your screen, restart, and power off. And on the lower left, you can find all the applications that you have that installed. And here's also like the workspaces that you can switch. And on the left side here, you can actually see the programs that you've opened And right, so let's open the terminal and let's check out what we can do here with the terminal. Also, let's open files. Oh, it's in a different workspace. All right, so what we're trying to do here is look in the directory. All right, and let's see the list of files that is in this directory. All right, so I want to go to the documents. If you want to go out, just write cd and double dots, but I'm staying in documents here. And what I'm trying to do here is create a file from the terminal. Let's say computer science. And after that, you can actually see the new folder that is created. And let's say I want to delete that folder. We can write here computer science. And there you go. That is deleted. So it's just basically a simple command prompts for the terminal in Ubuntu. So Ubuntu itself is a free and open source operating system, and it is lightweight, which needs less memory to run than Windows or Mac. And Ubuntu itself is a pretty stable and reliable operating system to use. And the best part of it is developer friendly. However, since Linux is less known in the community, most people find Ubuntu hard to use. So developers prefer using Ubuntu, but however, the community itself prefers other operating systems such as Windows or Mac. All right, I think that's it for me. Now Chellshe is going to show you how to install Fedora and look around what you can do in Fedora.
Hello sir, my name is Chellshe Love and now I'm going to be presenting the Fedora 37 operating system. So what is the Fedora 37 operating system? It is the latest version of the Fedora Project's desktop operating system made by a worldwide community dedicated to pushing forward innovation in open source. And for the installation process, since I'm using a MacBook Pro with an M1 chip, I have to use UTM instead of VMware. And Fedora ISO can be downloaded from getfedora.org, which can be found here. Here, getfedora.org, and I'm going to be downloading the ARM Arch 64 version for my Mac. So we're going to be downloading this one, Fedora 37 Arch 64 Live ISO. But since I've downloaded it beforehand, we're going to be skipping that part and jump straight to the installation. So how do you do this? You click the plus button and virtualize, and we're going to be choosing Linux and browsing the path here, choosing Fedora workstation, continue. We're going to bump up the memory to 8,192 and 4 CPU cores with 64 gigabytes. I'm going to leave it there. No shared directory as well. I'm going to be skipping that, and let's name this to Fedora 37 installation. Sorry. All right, and click save. Now, before you start the virtual machine, there are some things you need to do. So for the display, I'm going to be switching it to Virtual RAM FB. And for the network, of course, Bridged Advanced, and we're going to click save on that. Now we can start it. So we're going to be using our arrow keys to start Fedora workstation Live 37. Click enter. Okay, and now we're in, but we have to do a couple of things first, such as install to hard drive And for language, I'm going to be picking English, United States, continue. And for the time and date, I'm going to be choosing Asia, Jakarta, of course. Done with that. And installation destination, we're going to be doing it automatic. So we can do custom, advanced, but we're going to do automatic here. And done. Saving and begin installation. This is going to take quite some time, so alright, so now the installation is finished, so we're gonna press finish installation. And now we are going to close the VM, and for the CD and DVD, we're gonna clear it, and we're gonna run it again. And there you have it. So welcome to Fedora Linux 37, and let's start setup. So location privacy, it's on. Next. Third party, I am going to disable that. And for this, I'm going to skip it as well. And now we can make our full name. And for a username, I'm just gonna keep it simple and use my first and last name. And choose next. Password, next. And we're all done. So start using Fedora Linux. And welcome. Okay, we can take a tour. Let's see. Start the tour. So learn about the key features of Fedora Linux 37 Workstation Edition. So get an overview. Press the super key to open Windows and apps. Just type in search. Then we can keep on top of the workspaces, up down for the overview, left right for workspaces, and that's it pretty much. And so what's in Fedora Linux? On the top right, we have our connection, balance, power saver for the battery, nightlight, and dark mode, which you can turn on and it turns dark. We have volume as well here, and of course we have the settings where, let's see, what do we have here? We have network, of course, Bluetooth, appearance, where you can change to a default setting, dark mode, background, so we have a lot of backgrounds here, even like the background where it will change according to the time of day. And we have notifications, do not disturb, lock screen notifications, everything else here, search bar, and multitasking, hot corners, activity screen edges, workspace displays, our applications that we have, and privacy. So we have location services, camera, microphone, Thunderbolt, file history and trash, diagnostics, your basic privacy things, and online account sharing, sound, and power. So let's see, what else do we have here? And we have, of course, our shutdown button, our lock button, and our screenshot. So let's say we want to screenshot something. Let's just screenshot. There we go. And you can find it in the activities. You can go to files, and let's go to pictures. screenshots, and your screenshot is there with all of the info that you need. Alright, so now we're going to go to the top left, activities, and see what apps we have. So of course we have contacts, weather, clocks, maps, photos, videos, calculator, Fedora meter writer, documents, settings, LibreOffice Calc, system monitor, boxes, terminal, your basic things, and in utilities we have disk usage analyzer, connections, disk, image viewer, document viewer, characters, problems, logs, and fonts. Since I downloaded Fedora 37 beforehand, let me use that one because I've installed a lot of things in it, like NeoFetch, so you can look through stuff. So let's do that. Okay, we can go to the activities, and let's go to the show applications. Let's go to terminal, and we can do NeoFetch. And as you can see, we have all of the things that the info you need about Fedora. So Fedora Linux 37, QEMU virtual machine, blah blah blah, uptime 1 minute, package, shell, resolution, everything like that, even the color scheme as well. And yeah, that's about it for Fedora. And so far I really do like the UI. It's really pleasing to the eyes, and we have a lot of features here that I am yet to explore. But for the pros and cons of Fedora, so the pros is it is 100% free. It's really simple to use. Like for a beginner, this is really beginner friendly, and it also has a high security environment, and it's less hardware consuming. For the cons, it's quite new and has the latest features. And what's a drawback? Well, you know, what comes with new features, instability, and many things that won't work properly yet, or maybe it's a bit laggy. And every new feature needs to be tested and updated from time to time to achieve a stable and somewhat flawless state, if you say. So you need to have patience with Fedora's features, and it's not usable on old hardware. So with new technologies come new demands, of course. So you can't expect Fedora to work properly on old computer systems. You need to buy brand new hardware to get it to work as needed, and it takes a lot of time to set up. Well, it's not so much of a fast OS to work with. So our first advice to people like to want to have a unique experience with Fedora is to have patience. And it has an exclusive server, which means you can't use other real-time servers to work on Fedora. Like sometimes unlimited options require limited resources, right? And for the comparisons between the two, Fedora versus Ubuntu, one of the hottest debates among software developers today is whether Fedora is superior to Ubuntu or not. We decided to lay out some of their prominent differences, like in the following. However, we can't tell which is superior as they both have advantages and disadvantages. Now that you know what Fedora Linux is and how it operates, you can determine which will perform better based on your needs. So Fedora is based on Linux kernel, whereas Ubuntu is based on Canonical. And Fedora's default desktop is Vanilla GNOME, whereas Ubuntu's default desktop is Customized GNOME. For installing software, Fedora Linux uses DNF, RPM, and Flatpak, which I use DNF to install NeoFetch. And on the other hand, Ubuntu opts for apt, dpkg, and snap. Fedora's new versions come out every 6 months or so, while Ubuntu releases updates every 2 years. Fedora's versions are supported for 13 months, and Ubuntu's is 5 years long. Some of Fedora's updates need to reboot while Ubuntu updates itself when the user is still logged in. So those are the pros and cons. You can weigh them out and see which one works better for you. But yeah, that's about it for the installation process and the UI UX and the tour of Fedora. And yeah, so far playing around with it was really fun. I liked it a lot, and I guess that's about it. Thank you, sir.